Black people are on the slopes, so do not be shocked when you see us there. Hey y'all, if you're new here, my name is BME Queen. I'm a full-time travel creator based in LA, and I am also a skier. In this video, I'm gonna be telling you guys about all the Black ski groups that I know of that are hosting trips in 2024 for both Black skiers and snowboarders. All of the groups I am going to talk about today are beginner friendly, and some of them actually do offer lessons. So make sure you pay attention to all of the details that I tell you about in every group. Also, if you want to come with me on a trip, I will be hosting a trip to Italy in 2024. So check out the link in the description box to sign up for that. Let's get straight into it. So the first group is called Sold Out Destinations, and they are a travel group that started just a few years ago. They hosted their first trip to Breckenridge, Colorado last year, and they're hosting another one this upcoming season. This trip is for adults only. They typically rent out a large mansion where they will host all of their travelers. A lot of people do come on this trip solo, so if you do not know anyone else that would want to join you, you can go by yourself. When you purchase the trip, you get the accommodation for the duration of the trip. You also get lift tickets for the trip, and you get any activities that they plan during the trip time. They have organized different snow activities for their guests for the duration of their trip. It is optional whether or not you want to participate in it. So they do not offer lessons personally, but it is an option that you can do when you arrive to the ski resort. They also do not offer rentals. That's something that you have to purchase on your own when you get to the ski resort as well. Last time I checked, they did have to expand their trip because of the number of people that were interested in it. So even if the trip is booked by the time you see this video, just head on over to their Instagram to follow them and stay tuned with any additional trips they have coming up. So the next three groups I'm going to talk about are all family friendly and small group friendly. So if you have 2 or 3 friends that may be interested in going, you can join them as well. The first group I'm going to talk about is the Black Ski Summit, and that is hosted by the National Black Skiers organization. So NBS has different chapters all over the United States, and they do host trips, smaller trips to different locations. However, NBS does hold the Black Ski Summit, which is for all the chapters to come together. Based on their website, you do have to purchase a membership to be able to attend the Black Ski Summit. The membership is about $30 for the year, so that's a pretty easy expense. For the Black Ski Summit itself, everything is a la carte, which pretty much means that you have to pay for the lodging, the ski lift tickets, and any activities all separately. Like I said, this is a really great option for families. So they have lodging options that are 3 to 4 people, and then they also have bigger lodging options that are about 8 to 10 people. So you do have to figure out how many people you have before you sign up for this trip. Like I said, NBS does have smaller chapters all over the US. So if you can't make it to the Black Ski Summit, you can go to their smaller chapter that may be in their area. Another Black ski group that is also very family friendly is MLK Ski Weekend. So this is a huge weekend that's held every single year and at a rolling location. This year they will be hosting at the Blue Mountain Resort in Canada. This is also a la carte style as well. So if you have a group of 2 to 3 or maybe 3 to 4 friends that want to join you, you can reserve different size rooms. They also do have options for larger groups as well. So at that 8 to 10 threshold, like we talked about before, you do have to purchase the ski lift tickets and your ski rentals separately. That is something they need to take account of when you go on these trips. MLK Ski Weekend is offering transportation from an airport nearest to the actual resort and back, so you can add that on. That's another a la carte option that you can consider. The coach trips are being hosted from Detroit and also from Toronto, so if you fly into either of those 2 locations, you can get the transportation for and after the weekend. They host a lot of activities in the evenings, especially for adults, so this is a really great option and way to learn and meet new people that may not be in your direct area. Like I said, MLK Ski Weekends happens every single year, and it happens over MLK weekend. That is the point of the weekend. So that is another option for you as well if you want to go with a small group. Another group that is based on the East Coast is hosting 2 different ski trips next year in 2024. They are called the Black Ski Club. They are based out of DC, but they are hosting 2 trips. So one is to Black Ski Summit, which I already talked about earlier in the video, and the second is to Mammoth Mountain, and that's near the end of January. This trip is a one-stop shop. So when you reserve your spot, you do get lodging, you get lift tickets, and you get any activities that they plan for their individual group. This is the only group that I have seen that includes airfare in the purchase. So the flights do leave out of Baltimore. So if you are within the DC area, this is a really great option. I will say a lot of ski groups on the East Coast do not host trips on the East Coast that often because it is really difficult to plan around the East Coast weather unless you're going to like Vermont all the way up north. So in general, I have seen a lot of East Coast groups plan trips to the West because you're more likely to have a lot more snow. The powder is so much nicer, and there's also a lot more black skiers that will meet up in the West for skiing. So keep that in mind if you are located on the East Coast. You're not going to see too many trips. I have seen a few trips on the East Coast in the past, so not in 2024, but in the past that have actually been canceled because of the minimal amount of snow. So in general, I would recommend that if you want to do a ski trip to go in the West because you're going to have a better experience in terms of snow and just winter environment. For the international folks, there are a ton of ski groups. I've actually participated in one myself, which is called Mount Noir. So I went to their ski trip in France a few months ago in April of 2024, and that vlog is already posted. It was an incredibly fun trip. It is a luxury ski group that is based out of the UK. With the purchase of your trip, you get the accommodation, you get the ski lift tickets, you get the rentals, and then you also get lessons. So this is one of the groups that offers lessons, and we had 2 lessons for the entire week. You did have an option to add on more lessons if you didn't feel ready or if you wanted additional help afterwards. This was a really nice trip. I really enjoyed it a lot myself. So they host 2 trips throughout the year, and they also host clinics. There's one trip that is a weekend long, and then there's a second trip that is for a week long. So I did the week long trip, but if you want to do something that's a little bit shorter, you can always pop on over to Europe and go on that trip. When I did go on the trip, there were quite a few Americans. So there were 30 of us in total, and there were 10 Americans, I believe. So Americans do go on the trip as well. So if you're interested in traveling abroad for skiing, it is a really great environment and a really cool opportunity. Another group that is also international and also based out of the UK is called OffPiece. So piste is the ski slope, like the actual ski trail, and off-piste would mean you're going off the set trail. So that's what that means. OffPiece is a very similar setup where when you pay for a trip, you get the lodging, the ski lift tickets, the ski rentals, and also lessons. They have hosted a lot of trips in the past, but their trip in 2024 will be to Bulgaria. So again, if you want to travel abroad for your trip or to learn how to ski, that is another really great option. They will also organize activities, and they have their own set DJ for the week for their trips, which I think is really cool. I have seen some people dog sledding on their Instagram as well. So if that's something you're interested in, I think that is available when you sign up on the trip. I don't know if it's available for all the trips, but I do know that I've seen it before with their groups. So that's a really cool option if you want to get involved. The next group I want to talk about is called Nubian Ski. So Nubian Ski is also based out of the UK as well, but is another ski that has been around for so long. They're hosting a ski trip in 2024 to Japan and Dubai. So the premise of that trip is you will ski in Japan for a week, and then after you'll take off your skis and head over to Dubai and hang out for a few more days. That is a really cool option. You can just do the ski option only, but you can also do both if you want to. This is another one-stop shop. So when you purchase your trip, you will get the lodging, the ski rentals, the ski lift tickets, and any other activities they plan in addition to the skiing throughout the week. This is the ski group that requires you to book well in advance. The Japan and Dubai trip has a few spots available, but typically they take reservations in June, so in the summer before the actual trip takes place. If you are just interested in international groups in general, you can definitely follow them on Instagram for when they do post about their trips. Like I said, they do plan really far in advance, so you need to submit your deposit in the summer before your trip so that you can travel with them in the earlier parts of the following year. Like I said, all of these trips are open to snowboarders as well, and are also really great options for beginner skiers. So if you like this video, or if you're wondering what you need for your ski trip, I do have a video on that already on my channel. But if you like this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.